What's slow is smooth, and what's smooth is a great print. We're here today to find out, can this EasyThreeD X1 printer actually deliver a great print? Bear in mind there's no part cooling fan on this thing. So let's see. So I've been using this printer for about a week now. I'm using the software that came with it, the EasyWare slicer software. I'm trying to get good prints, but it seems I just can't get it with that. So I've started to use the Cura slicer, where there's a more finer granular control over each print. The goal of this video is to see whether it's possible to significantly improve print quality without a part cooling fan. So I think that's the most important point to take from this video. I've ordered a part cooling fan, but the part cooling fan has not arrived yet. So I'm using this printer stock as it came from EasyThreeD in the box. The only thing I've added are the 3 clips around the sides here to hold the bed down. Let's talk about the test that we're going to perform today. So the test will be 2 parts. Part 1 is the normal standard setting, which includes the 50 mil per second printing at 215 degrees PLA. The 215 degrees is the spec of the filament, and we'll make small adjustments in the slicer to see if we can optimize the print. The second part of this experiment will be a granular adjustment of slicer settings, reducing wall speed print to see if we can increase the quality of our prints. So we can see in this shot here, the benchy looks quite rough around the bottom areas. We can see the overhangs are drooping. We can see the layers are not bound together at all. The smokestack is a blob on the far side. And we can see just the layers, the inner wall and outer wall on the crate are not stuck together. The infill there is not correctly bound. So overall, this print seems to be quite a poor print. Now the actual quality itself of the piece was good. It's rigid, it's difficult to squeeze. It's solid, it's a solid piece overall. But the quality of the print itself is not great. So what we need to do now is go back into our slicer settings and make the adjustments. So what I've done is I've reduced the speed of the nozzle and I've reduced the speed of the infills ever so slightly. I've maintained the layer height and I've maintained the 215 degrees. Now it's important to note that I actually had to lubricate the y-axis as there's a juddering on the print bed, so I did this between prints. So the juddering was present for the first print that you see here, and the juddering is removed for the second print. So we'll see that now. So with the settings changed in Cura, we can immediately see a much higher quality print. While the printer is actually running, we can see the layers are well bound to each other. The infill is not protruding from the layers. The slower outer wall speed is giving us a really good layer height and is giving us a really good adhesion to the previous layer. It's also allowing the previous layer to cool. So we can see the smokestack still has that issue where we're printing onto molten filament. So we're printing the print onto molten PLA here. The overhangs actually don't look too bad in this at all. And the crate behind the cabin seems very good. The actual layers bound very well there. The deck itself looks quite good. The roof looks very good. The edging here on the tub, it's a little bit less detailed, but for me that's actually not bad. The writing on the back here, difficult to make out. We can see the circular window. It initially wasn't too bad, but towards the end and the overhangs, yes, it got worse. We can actually read the text on the bottom here, which is very good. We couldn't do that at all in the first print. And the adhesion for the entire print was good. Now we do see some rough edges just here. There are 1, 2, 3 rough edges. Not sure what that's from. The bed, it's not present on the far side, and we can see a few more rough edges just towards the front here as well. But overall, a much better quality print. I mean, this is a significantly better print. The nozzle is dirty, so you can see there's a black piece of PLA filament from a previous print has just come loose. The roof here, it looks good now, but the smokestack is just 215 degrees, might just be too high. Maybe 210 might actually give a better print. But overall, there's a significant improvement in this print just by changing a few settings. So overall, I believe the result of this quick test, I mean, I didn't spend too long actually delving into the settings. I changed pretty much the infill speed, the inner wall speed, the outer wall speed, the raft speed. I wanted really good adhesion to the bed. I didn't want any bubbling of the bed. I have a magnetic bed on this printer. But the EasyThreeD X1, I mean, it's capable. It's a capable printer. So how do these two prints stack up side by side? So you can see the rough edges on the initial print. You can see the shack on the print, the roof on the print here. The differences between the crate. The overhangs are much improved on the second print. The actual quality of the boat itself is very good. So conclusions. For the conclusion here, I think changing the slicer settings can have a significant improvement on the prints with such a cheap printer. $80, after all, we have to remember this printer is priced. So I think with more settings updated, and I'll do an update video when I find better settings, I think we can actually really get a good print from this printer. It might take a long time to do a small print, but I really think it's possible. So if you found this video useful or informative, hit that like button, share and subscribe. There'll be more videos coming to the channel soon, and I'll also have an update on how the channel is progressing.